Welcome back. All right, so as promised, we're going to talk about the first two games tonight. We're in between the first and second period between LA and Vegas. That being said, the most exciting game tonight so far is the first game played tonight. And why those are new magnets. Thanks for noticing. All right, I appreciate when you guys notice these little things. Little things I try to do to entertain and to really amp up the technology, right? All right, so first up, we're going to talk about Ottawa and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was Korpisalo versus Wall. The Leafs 9-1-1 in their last 11 games against Ottawa. That record takes a bit of a hit tonight, doesn't it? Early press by the Senators, good forechecking by them as well. Hamonic nearly fools Wall on a rush. The shot, that one's held. The shots are 3-1 Ottawa. We're only a minute and a half in. Power play for the Sens, early clear by Marner. Tkachuk's denied late in it. Norris has a shot that's blocked. That power play is killed off. The Leafs rush. The Leafs press at 5.5 minutes. They end up drawing a power play. 4 seconds. All it takes is 4 seconds. It is Nylander extending his point streak from Matthews and Tavares at 5:47. So things look good until at 7 minutes and 12 seconds, a face-off win in Toronto's end, and a point shot goes in off of Wall's pad. Kubalik had the last touch on it. Clevin and Järventie with the assists at 7:12. That is Järventie's first National Hockey League point. Kudos to him for that. The Leafs press to respond. Nylander's denied on a fast break. Chartier has a net drive. That's held. The shots are 8-6 Ottawa with 9.5 minutes left. Sanderson fires one wide on a rush. The Leafs press with 8.5 minutes left. Bertuzzi has a tip shot. That's held. Marner then has a chance to block. Chychrun clears. And there's a glove save on Matthews in the final minute. So good goaltending the rest of the way. It's 1-1 after one. Second period, Joseph's tonight on a rush, and then Giroux is not. It's just too many chances and close. Giroux wires at top shelf. Joseph and Stützle with the assists at 1 minute and 5 seconds. The Leafs press for a response. Robertson can't bury one in close. Sends clear. Shots on net are 2-1 in favor of Ottawa at 4 minutes. And then on a face-off win, Bertuzzi buries one. Nylander and Tavares with the assists at 4:16. And with that point, Tavares is now top 100 in the all-time leading scorers amongst the NHL in regular season points. Matthews is then denied on a net drive. We get a power play for Toronto. There's back-to-back clears. There's a shorthanded chance for Sanderson. That's saved. Power play's killed off. Gregor has a rush chance defended. Brief press by the Leafs there. Crossbar and out for Joseph while that's going on. Järventie's denied. Wall holds. Sens press with 8 minutes left. Giordano has a shot that's blocked as the Leafs press. And then Chychrun puts one underneath Wall's pad into the net. Stützle and Joseph with the assists at 14:07. And Matthew Joseph's speed sets this up. So it's insane to see how many points Joseph's putting up, considering he was supposedly on the block before the season started. So Sens fans, as bad as it looked, if you trade Joseph and then Pinto gets suspended right after you sign him, right? So it's actually worked out pretty well for Ottawa, for all intents and purposes. Anyways, Sens building momentum. The fans start getting a little restless and loud in Toronto at this point. Keep in mind, Toronto has won 1 of 5 coming into this game. Lagesson has a shot that's blocked as the Leafs press. Tavares has a shot held after a failed clear by the Sens. But after 2 periods, the score is 3-2 for Ottawa. Third period, Leafs can't bury one with Korpisalo down. He ends up holding the puck there. Giordano has a shot deflect wide. Matthews fires one wide on a net drive. The Leafs have some momentum. They're building it. We go a 6-minute plus stretch without a whistle, and Robertson would score on a 2-on-1 rush from Domi and Järnkrok at 7:43. So perfect pass, perfect shot, and Robertson's on the board. It's a tie game. And then the Leafs look for the lead, so things are going well. But Matthews has a 3-on-2 chance that goes wide. The Leafs get some pressure. Stützle then had a slot shot. That was held. Tarasenko misses one wide from the slot. We get a power play for the Sens. That leads to a shorthanded 2-on-1. Järnkrok has a shot that's blocked. Tarasenko has a shot that's held. There's some pushing. And then late in the power play, Kubalik scores. Power play marker from Chychrun as well as Tarasenko at 11:51. So for Kubalik, that's the second goal of the game. And yeah, it was a face-off win, goes in off Giordano's skate. So it's not the prettiest goal for Kubalik, but he doesn't have to tell anybody that. And then at 12:42, less than a minute later, it's a 3-on-2 rush. It's tic-tac-toe play into the net. Stützle from Joseph and Giroux. So there's Joseph again. Järnkrok's denied as the Leafs press looking for an answer, but then Wall comes out, not aware of his surroundings, And, yeah, his situational awareness costs him. Stutzle gets the puck, gives it to Giroux, and Giroux puts it in the empty net at 15:07, making it 6-3 in favor of the Ottawa Senators. So, with 3:20 left, the Sens get a power play. That's killed off, but it doesn't matter because now we're down to 1:20 left, and the Sens win 6-3. So, the Ottawa Senators go to 5-6 on the season. The Toronto Maple Leafs drop to 6-5-2 with the loss. And yes, I'm having a hard time not saying Sparty goes to 5-6 and Carlton drops to 6-5-2 because, yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Anyways, there you go. Moving on to the other game on the board, which is the Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals. So it's Bobrovsky versus Kemper. OEL defends an early 2-on-1, and then there's another. McMichael had a 2-on-1 chance that's saved, so Florida not doing well defending against rushes early here. Jensen has a shot that's blocked as the Caps press. Riley then had a blast that was saved and held. Shots are 2-1 in favor of Washington 5 minutes in. So not a lot of shots getting to the net, but a worrying defensive trend here by Florida, which would not continue. Caps press are kept to the outside. The Panthers are being held to 1 shot at this point. In fact, the shots are 5-1 at the half in favor of Washington. McMichael has a shot kicked aside, and then Mantha. It's a Caps bounce. Goes in off Lindell. Protas and Kemper with the assist at 10:42. So Kemper with an assist, and suddenly it's 1-0 Washington. That was the 8th shot of the game for Florida, or for Washington. Florida still with 1 shot so far in the game, so they were slow starters tonight. Panthers press for response. Strome then had a 3-on-2 chance that was blocked. They get some pressure, but Ekman Larsson, wrister, goes glove side, or blocker side, I should say, on Kemper. Tkachuk and Lindell with the assists at 12:49. So it's tied until Barkov. He buries one glove side. Reinhart with the assist at 16:46. So it's a slow start, but the Panthers suddenly have a 2-1 lead in a game where they're being outshot. Caps press. The Panthers, though, they block, they rush. Their game gets a little more competent as the game goes along here. And then there's a press by Florida to close it. So they had to feel good after the first. They're up 2-1. Second period. Panthers press at 3 minutes. Rodriguez has a shot that's blocked. There's more pressure by Florida, 4.5 minutes in. We get a power play for the Panthers. Barkov has a shot that's held, and then there's a turnover, and Washington scores shorthanded. It's McMichael from Protas at 6:13. So Connor McMichael's play's definitely been very good this year. Looks like he's finally set to break through. And, yeah, it was a great goal on a 2-on-1 there by McMichael from Protas. Cousins then has a net feed that's blocked. There's some late cycling by Florida, but Washington finishes the kill. Caps press at 8 minutes. There's a power play then for Washington. Strome has a shot that's blocked. The rebound's cleared. And then there's another clear. The Caps score, but there's an offside challenge. What's interesting is Florida wanted a penalty on the play anyways. Well, they don't get the penalty call, but it was offside. So the goal doesn't count anyways. So they wind back the clock, so that means there's still 16 seconds left in the power play, which had just been killed, but they kill it again. Strome's denied on a one-timer. Wilson can't hit the open net. Riley's then denied the other way in a rush, and Mantha buries one blocker side. He scores from McMichael at 15:51. It was a 2-on-1 rush there. So for Washington, the second period, it's a strong one. There weren't a lot of shots, but they get the 2 goals out of that period, and they emerge with the 3-2 lead going into the third. And the good news for Washington was Florida, coming into this one, 0-4 when they trail after 2. So the magical comebacks by Florida, not really a thing this year. But, so, Milano fires one high on a rush. Kulikov's denied on a breakaway. The rebound's cleared. And then there's a face-off win in the Washington zone, and Florida wins it, or gets the goal. Rodriguez tips one in close. Forsling and Ekman Larsson with the assists at 3:33. Caps look to answer. Oshie takes a shot off the ankle. He skates off. It looked like it hurt, but he did skate off under his own power. Panthers press at 5.5 minutes. Tkachuk has a shot that's blocked for Hagee with a wraparound. That's held. Caps press at 8 minutes, but they can't get to the net. So Florida defending better as the game went along. We get a power play for Washington with 11:02. Ovechkin has a blast that's held. There's a kick save on the next shot for Ovi. Power play's killed off, and then the Panthers with a rush after that. Protas has a rush chance that's saved. There's more pressure by them. And then Mantha, his night gets worse. He takes a puck to the face. He exited with a cloth over his ear, so I guess the puck caught him flush in the ear. I hope he's all right. Pucks were just drawn to him tonight like a magnet. Kuznetsov has a fast break chance. That's saved. Lustarinen's denied with 1.5 minutes left. Wilson gets knocked down on a rush. The fans boo because there's no call on the play. We're going to overtime. It didn't last very long. 15 seconds. And it's a goal on a rush because it was 15 seconds, so it had to be. It's Reinhardt from Barkov and Rodriguez, and there's some pushing and punching after that. Probably some frustrated Washington Capitals. So, your final score is 4-3 in overtime. Florida goes to 7-4-1 with the win. The overtime loss drops the Washington Capitals to 5-4-2. Shots on net, 11-8 Washington in the first, 7-6 Washington in the second. Both teams had 10 shots in the third. Florida had the only shot of the overtime. That's all they needed. Final shots, 28-25 for the Caps. Power plays, Florida 0-for-1, Washington 0-for-2. The hits, 23-20 Washington. Bobrovsky saves 25 out of 28, and Darcy Kemper saves 21 out of 25. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.